My name is Joe, and I'm the comms person at Systemera Softworks. And this is another episode of the Systemera Q&A. We haven't done one of these in a while. We've just been kind of talking to people directly on like Discord and Twitter and things like that. But there have been enough questions around our new big news, our Nintendo Switch launch, that I figured it would be good to just like sit down, record a video, answer a lot of the questions that we've been seeing on social media and in Discord and on YouTube and Reddit and everywhere else. So I'm going to try and run through this stuff as quickly as possible. I know you all have a lot of burning questions about what's happening with an Astroneer on Nintendo Switch. So if you haven't heard yet, yes, Astroneer is coming to Nintendo Switch on January 13th. That's this week in a few days. We are so excited about it being on the platform. We're all big fans of the Nintendo Switch. It's been a very hard secret to keep, but we've been working for a couple years now to actually make sure that the game runs really, really well, and we'll talk about that later. So, some details to get out of the way right away. Pre-orders. You can pre-order the game right now on the eShop. It's available on your Switch or online. If you order early, we're doing an early purchase bonus, which is not exclusively for pre-order people, but it's just anyone who gets the game within this window that we've allotted, which is going to be around the end of February, can unlock cosmetic items that we'll be putting on the screen right here. So if you get the game early, you should jump into the in-game store. There'll be some items there for free that you can claim, and then you can keep them forever, and they're really rad. I'm so excited about how they look. The next question that you probably might have, a lot of you have, especially Nintendo Switch fans, physical. So physical is going to be available. It is not currently available, and it won't be available on the 13th. So if you're looking to get the game right now, you should definitely pre-order it or just buy it on day one, play it digitally. If you really want to wait for the cartridge version, it should be out in mid-February. We're dealing with issues with supply chain and all those other things, and so the cartridges are done and made. It's just a matter of getting them and then putting them on store shelves. So we'll have more details about that soon. I might even have a link that I'll put in the description by the time this video comes out where you can actually purchase that. But for now, if you want to get the game as soon as possible, you should pre-order and grab it digitally. And also in the physical edition, it comes with a code inside that will actually unlock another cosmetic, which I will put on the screen. So next question. A lot of people are asking, how does the game run on Nintendo Switch? How did you even port it to the Nintendo Switch? How is it even playable? We spent a lot of time on it. We've been working for quite a while to make sure that the game, we really wanted to ship the entire Astroneer experience without any shortcuts, and with all the original content. So on day one, when you get the Astroneer Switch version, you will get all of the content that has been released to date, including new content, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So I'm not even gonna try and hype you up on it. Just judge for yourself. There's a video down below. I'll also probably put it up here somewhere. It's me playing, visiting multiple planets, building some bases, traveling in between them, playing multiplayer. I actually have a pretty decent sized base on multiple planets in there, and it's running great. So if you're worried about that, like I said, watch the footage. Obviously, it doesn't look like it would look on your PC with your 3090. That's just not, those things are just not going to happen. But I think we've struck a really good balance between making the game look like it should, but also it running really well and working for long periods of time. So I think everyone will be pleasantly surprised with how we did, and the team has worked really, really hard to make sure that the experience is the same thing and lives up to what we have created on other platforms. And so one other thing on that's not Switch related, but we also made a lot of actually really awesome optimizations that are going to be pushed out to other platforms. So if you're a Xbox or a Sony fan, you will see that stuff on January 13th as well. Okay, so I've gotten my two things off the list. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, content. People keep asking, what's the new content? What is it? What are we going to be adding? Is there an update when the Switch stuff comes out? That is yes. There is an update releasing on January 13th with the Switch launch, but for all platforms. And so if you're not going to buy the game on Switch, that is okay. That's fine. We would love you to, but if you're not going to, you're still going to get our latest update, which is the Xenobiology update. If you haven't played the game yet, awesome. That means you're going to get all of this content plus this new stuff. But if you have played the game before, we're adding something that people have been asking for a really long time. I'm not going to share a ton of details here, but I might play a video right now to get you hype and tease you. Okay, cool. Another thing that we're adding in this update alongside of the creatures is something that we've never done before in Astroneer and never really experimented with, is telling a cohesive story. And so there is a character that gets introduced. There are things to read and learn about this entire thing and about this mission and why this mission's even happening and how did the creatures even get to the planet. So if you have been craving some narrative content in Astroneer and you want to learn more about the world of Astroneer, this update is going to be for you. We're really excited. Now I'm just going to kind of rapid fire some questions that people have been asking. I won't go into crazy detail. A lot of people are asking about crossplay. So I totally understand why people are asking that. Unfortunately, there is no crossplay at this time between Nintendo Switch and other platforms. It's just we do player-to-player multiplayer, so that's a thing that makes it really hard. Also, just like getting the platforms to agree to allow us to do things like that is just, yeah, it's not a thing. There are certain things that we had to do that are specific for Nintendo Switch that wouldn't necessarily be compatible with other platforms, which is a whole other thing. It doesn't mean that the experience is missing any things. It's just we had to make certain decisions about how the game's going to run and how we were going to make it run on the platform that just make it kind of a hairy problem to unravel for having crossplay. And then on top of crossplay, a lot of people ask about cross content, like can I bring my cosmetics, or we don't have anything like that. So I wanted to be really upfront. If you played on other platforms, you're not going to be able to bring your saves over. You're not going to be able to bring your account-specific cosmetics over. All that stuff is going to be separated. It's just how we operate. We're a pretty small company, and so trying to figure out how we can store all your accounts and give you logins to your accounts and manage all that stuff, that's just not a thing that's in the cards for us. So if that's a deal breaker, apologies, but that's how we operate, and it's just, we really wanted to focus on making sure the game ran really well, making sure that it was compatible and was awesome on the Switch. And there was a lot of features that we could have added that we just didn't want to spend a lot of time on because we really wanted to focus on the core game and the core game experience. Also related to crossplay and cross content, we're getting a ton of people who are asking us if they can actually use their Switch to connect to dedicated servers. That is not going to be supported at launch. Could be a thing later, but right now we don't have any plans for it. And that's kind of how dedicated servers went with all the other platforms. It's like we launch the platform and then we decide if it's a thing that we actually have the time and we have enough people to manage. And so yeah, that could change. If you really feel strongly about it, you should definitely let us know. Write us, comment, obviously, all those things. But for right now, dedicated servers, we don't have any plans to support them for Nintendo Switch. Some people asked us about the Pro Controller. So yes, Astroneer will support Pro Controllers. It's just something that we like. We use them in the office all the time for playing other games, so we definitely support those. Local play. So there's a difference between local co-op and then split screen. We're definitely not supporting split screen. We don't support split screen on any other platform. It's just not a thing for us based on how we do UI and things like that. So no split screen, but we do actually support Switch to Switch multiplayer. So if you're playing on your couch and your friend also has a Switch and you want to play Astroneer together, and you don't want to connect to the internet, you can actually just connect Switch to Switch and play together with each other. So if that's the thing that works for you, we support it, which is I'm actually really excited about. And we've been playing some in the office, which has been kind of fun. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. It was actually shorter than I thought. I'm sure I'll forget like 5 things and then immediately feel bad about it. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comments below, and we'll try and answer them for you. Thanks for watching. It's been great to catch up with you all. I know it's been a little bit, and I'm sure we'll see you on the YouTube channel very soon. We got a bunch of videos dropping this week, and we hope to see you on the eShop, on your Switches. If you pre-ordered, let me know on Twitter. I'd love to see it. And yeah, we'll see you this week. Okay, bye y'all.